We'll start this chair yoga practice sitting in the chair. You'll want to have a yoga block nearby as well as a yoga strap or something you could use like a strap to wrap around your foot. Place your hands over your thighs. If your arms are a bit longer, you might hold the knees. And then we pull back a little bit to lift the heart. And take a breath in, draw the shoulders back, and then lift the chin. And then exhale, round your spine, curling the pelvis under. Tuck the tailbone, relaxing the back and stretching it. Inhale, draw the arm bones back, lifting the chest, and then lift the chin. And as you exhale, shoulders forward, tailbone tucks, basically moving through cat and cow. And do a few more with your breath. Inhaling to lift the chest. The chin is the last thing to come up. And then we exhale to round the shoulders forward and drop the chin in. Find an upright spine now, sitting up on your chair. And you can sit back a little bit into that chair and bring your right knee into your chest, placing the heel on the chair as close to the sit bone as possible. Hold the front of the ankle and pull the heel back in towards your buttock, your sit bone. And we'll hold that position for a few breaths. Try to lift the toes away from the floor, so you're flexing the toes to the shin, contracting the muscles in the front of the shin. Shoulders draw down away from the ears. And we do this by engaging the muscles underneath the armpits. Now take your hands behind your knee. With an inhale, explore straightening the right leg as much as you can. And as you exhale, bend the knee again and hug it out towards the shoulder, turning the hip out slightly. Again, inhale, straighten the leg, contracting the quadriceps. Exhale, hug knee to shoulder, bending that knee. And repeat, moving with your breath. And your foot doesn't have to be as high up as mine is. It might be a little closer to the height of the chair. That's quite common. As you bend the knee, though, that's where you can really lift the thigh bone. As you straighten the leg, it's natural that it'll tend to come down a little bit due to flexibility around the hamstrings or hip joint. Good, last one. We're going to straighten that right leg and then pause there, pointing and then flexing foot to shin. Pointing and flex foot to shin 3 more times. And then lower your foot down, bend the knee. Switching sides, bring your left heel up onto the chair, close to the sit bone, the buttock, pulling that heel back as much as you can comfortably. And we'll hold that position. Lift your toes away from the ground, flexing toes to shin, which is called dorsiflexion of the ankle, while continuing to pull the heel back into the sit bone. And this is one of the many ways of working on our squat, which relates to our ability to comfortably get up and down off the ground. It's very practical movements. Shoulders away from the ears, engaging underneath the armpits. And now take the hands behind your knee. Inhaling, explore straightening that left leg, contracting the muscles in the front of the thigh to do so. And exhale, bend the knee, pull it into the shoulder. Inhale, straighten the leg out in front as much as you can. And exhale, bend the knee, pulling it in towards the shoulder. And continue at your own rhythm. Take your time. You're also invited to use your abdominals. They'll help support your lower back and your hip joint, taking some stress off those areas, especially as the leg straightens. This is going to work the hip flexor muscles in your hip crease, as well as the quadricep muscles. And then the abs are just little helpers so we don't overdo it. Okay, last one. Straighten that left leg and hold the position. And go from flexing toe to shin to pointing the foot. Feel free to let go of your leg while you're doing that, or keep supporting the knee. Whatever you did on the other side. And bend the knee, lower the foot down. And now we'll take the feet a little bit wider than hip width, turn the feet out, and you can perch forward on the front edge of your chair. And take a breath in. As you exhale, let your spine come forwards, firmly press into your feet, and you can either bring the hands down to the ground or to a yoga block if the ground is too far away. And then relax the body, bow the head down, stretching into the back of the spine. You might feel a stretch in the back of the legs, depending on where the tight areas are. Try to relax your belly. Keep pressing into the heels. If you feel some discomfort around your hip flexors, try engaging your buttock muscles. A few more breaths. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, pause there. And then take a yoga block to the inside of your left foot. And you can plant your hand on that yoga block. If you find it difficult to lift the chest there, if you think you're stuck in a slump, you can either take a second yoga block or simply rest your hand on your knee. And then we'll take the right hand to the back of the head. Take a breath in, press your elbow back. And then exhale, bring that right elbow towards your left arm. Inhale, pushing into your palm, turn the right chest open. And then exhale, elbow to arm, spreading out the shoulder blade. Inhale, turning to the sky, squeezing the right shoulder blade to middle back. Exhale, spreading that shoulder blade, stretching along the inside of it. And a few more times with your breath. Again, if it's too much on the block, you can bring the forearm or hand up to the thigh instead. Getting some rotational movement through the spine. You can also use this movement to open up the chest. And then we'll open up and pause there, pressing that right elbow up and back and breathe. You can also press the back of your head into the hand, slightly tucking the chin. And that's part of finding a more upright posture. See if you can feel the left side of your abs, your abdominal core contracting through the left side. Then try to breathe up the right side. One more breath. Now as you exhale, you're going to bow the head down, hug your right elbow in towards your left arm again, and pause there. And this time you can press your hand into the back of your head, helping to stretch the back of the neck. So the hand is going to be just behind the right ear on the back of the skull, gently pushing down, stretching down the right side of the neck. You might even feel that all the way along the inside of the right shoulder blade. Try to keep the forearm touching the head, as close to the head as you can. Three more breaths. And inhale, come on up. And relax for a moment, hands on the legs. And then we'll switch sides. You can take the yoga block to the inside of your right foot. The feet are still nice and wide. And then we'll take the right hand to the yoga block or the leg. Left hand to the back of the head. Inhaling, press that left elbow to the sky, chest following the arm. And then exhale, bowing the elbow in towards your bottom arm. Inhale, come up, press the left elbow back, opening the chest. And then again, exhale, tapping the right forearm if possible. About 10 times total. Keep moving with your breath. Breathing through the nose. Honoring those little pauses at the ends of the breaths for a second or so. So once you're in the position, be sure to pause there for a second. Keep slowing the breath in those pauses. And if it's too much to be in the block, you might try placing your forearm on the thigh if you don't have a second block. Main thing is that the right arm stays still, so we know the movement is coming from the actual rib cage rotation. Three more to go. Keep working those short pauses in the ends of your movements. And then next inhale, lift the heart, pressing that left elbow back, and we'll hold that position. Strong through the right side of the core, pressing down through the right palm on the block or the forearm on the thigh, whichever variation you're in. Shoulders away from ears. One more breath. And with that left hand on the back of the skull, just behind the ear, exhale, bowing down, bring your left elbow towards your right arm and pause there, inviting a stretch down the back of the neck, along that left side, pushing the palm into the back of the skull, tucking the chin a little bit. You can also resist the head back into the hand. We're stretching, but we're active in the stretch. Keep breathing slow, but 3 more breaths. Try to find an equal rhythm between the length of the inhale and the length of the exhale. Next inhale, come up, press that left elbow back. And exhale, relax in the center. Very good. And with the shoulders down away from the ears, we'll take an inhale to draw the arm bones back, lift the heart and then the chin. And exhale, round forward through the spine. Hang out in ragdoll again. So you could be touching the yoga block or the floor. Lower the chin, shoulders away from the ears, and relax in the pose. Inhale, come up halfway. And we'll take that yoga block inside the left foot again, planting the left hand on the yoga block. And the feet are still nice and wide, a little wider than the hips, knees out. And then bring your right hand to the yoga block. And with your inhale, right arm straight out to the side and up, turning the chest open. And exhale, touch the yoga block. And repeat. Inhale, turning the heart open, reach up. Exhale, touch the block. 3 more to go. Firmly planting the bottom hand, if possible, to engage the left side of the core. So it is a form of weight bearing. And last one, reach that right arm up to the sky and pause there with the arm straight. 5 breaths. You can also make some circles with your top wrist here, warming up that wrist. And then exhale, lower your hand. Bring the yoga block inside the right foot, planting the right hand on the top of the block. And then other side, left arm up on the inhale, open your chest. And exhale, come down, touching the block 5 times. Inhale, come up. Exhale, touch down. That's 2. Moving with the breath, little pauses. 3. 4. 5. Last one. Inhale, arm up, and then hold that position for 5 breaths, turning the heart to the sky, and make circles with your top wrist. One more breath, turning open. And exhale, lower the hand. And we'll take that yoga block inside the left foot. One more variation on this theme. So let's turn that right chest open again. This time we're going to keep that spine in this position. Let your right arm be free. And then with an exhale, bring your right hand towards the ground, keeping the arm straight. Inhale, reach that right arm straight up, as close to the head as you can, keeping the arm straight. Exhale, lower it down. So this variation is working on the shoulder. Inhale, straight up to the sky. Exhale, down. A few more to go. And you may find it nice to just add a little bit of rotation as you reach up, turning a little bit to the right. But do try to keep your upper arm bone as close to your head as possible. And then last one, we're going to hold for 5 breaths. So bring that right arm straight up, thumbs up, and breathe. Again, there is a tendency to bend the elbow. Better to bring the arm forward, not quite up so high, straighten it all the way, and then keeping the elbow locked straight, start to go up again. Three more breaths. And exhale, lower it down. Other side, right hand on the block. Hopefully your shoulders are starting to feel it a bit by now. And then we'll turn the left chest open. Very helpful to have the hand on the back of the head, exploring that rotation. Now try to keep that rotation as we straighten the arm. We'll bring the arm towards the ground without moving the chest really. And then inhale, come up. Feel free to rotate your spine just a little more. And then exhale, lowering the arm. And repeat. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale down. Continuing with the breath, reaching straight up on the inhale, hitting that overhead range of motion. Exhale down. Okay, the last one, we're going to hold the position. Core is active to help support the low back, pulling the front ribs in. Keep that arm straight. Again, if you feel like you're bending the elbow a bit or if it's away from the head, bring it down to straighten it and then go up as high as you can. Really focusing on locking the arm. Engaging the triceps is going to do that action. One more breath. And let it go. Very good. And now we'll take the yoga block in between the palms, sitting up nice and tall. You can bring the knees together, as close together as you're comfortable, firing up the inner thighs. So the thumbs are up, palms are fully touching the sides of the block. Lock the arms straight. Inhale, slowly bring it up. Elbows hug in. Exhale, bring it down. And again, inhale, raising the block. As high as you can with the arms straight. Exhale, bring it down. We're also reaching the block forward to spread the shoulder blades and then go up. Try to keep that spreading of the shoulder blades. Exhale down. A few more to go. As you're pushing the hands towards each other, that's going to activate the chest muscles as well. So we try to co-activate pecs along with the external rotators of the shoulder. Keeping the arms straight through the range will do that. 3 more to go. If you want more of a challenge, you could lift up something heavier when you get a chance later. Good. Last one. Really spreading those shoulder blades. Reach forward and then up. And then relax. Very good. Find your yoga strap. We're going to place the loop around the right foot. You're welcome to sit back into the chair a little more, sitting towards the backrest. So we'll take that strap around the right foot. Lift your heart a little bit. Helps to have the hips turned out, just like a squat. And then we'll kick out through the foot, straightening the leg. If you have a loop like me, you might hold on to the loop. If you need more, then hold on to the strap, making it longer. Try to straighten your leg and contract the quadriceps in the front of the thigh. You're welcome to use both hands or simply use the right hand, your choice. This will improve your grip strength as well. Many benefits. Okay, one more breath in. Left hand on the hip. Exhale, open your leg to the right, contracting the buttocks. Inhale, come back to the center. And repeat. Exhale, turning the hip out, open to the right. Inhale, turning the leg inwards to a neutral position. On the exhale, we're rotating out, angling the toes. And then inhale, toes face straight up. We have a neutral position. Exhale, turning out from the hip, contract the buttocks. Inhale, center, last one. Exhale, opening to the right, shoulders away from ears. We'll hold that pose, about 5 deep breaths. Inhale, come back to the center. And then pull up a little more on the leg if you can. And then we'll let it go, bending the knee. And switch sides, taking the left foot up. If you have a loop, you can hold it with your left hand. If you need to make the strap longer, go for it. And we'll start in the center, pulling back with one or both hands. Again, the leg is neutral at this point, so the toes are aiming straight up to the sky for that neutral hip position. Quadriceps contract, helping to straighten the leg as much as you're able to. If it's available, try to spread your toes wide. And one more breath. Taking the right hand to the hip. Exhale, open to the left. Inhale, come back to center. And repeat. Exhale to the left. Inhale, back to center. And a few more times. Turning the hip out. And then neutral position in center. And we're turning the toes diagonally to the left as we open out. Back to neutral, back to center. A few more to go. Shoulders away from ears. Engaging those muscles underneath the armpits. And then we'll open to that side, contracting the buttocks. And hold the pose, looking over your right shoulder. Try to keep the heart lifted, shoulders down. One more breath. Come back to the center on an inhale. And with the legs straight, maybe you pull up a little bit more. And then we'll slowly let it go, bending the knee. And you can set that strap aside. Lift your right leg and wrap it across the left leg. Half Lord of the Fishes twist done in a chair. So right leg is on top. Bring your right arm up, taking a big breath in, stretching up that right side. And as you exhale, use that hand to hold the back of the chair, twisting towards the chair. All the while, your left arm can be pulling the leg in towards the belly. You might feel a really nice stretch in the right hip. You might feel it in the side of your spine. Maybe it's in the right chest. If you feel like there's a lot of tightness and contraction around the hip flexors, try squeezing the buttocks together, turning the right hip out a bit more. Inhale, back to the center. And then pigeon on the chair. So keep your right leg up. We're going to move the knee further off to the right so the foot is just over the thigh bone. Now you can stay there, attempting to sit up nice and tall. You might very gently push on the right thigh bone, not the knee joint, but the thigh bone. You can push just a little bit. If there's more to explore, start to fold forward. I like to bring the left hand to the ball of the foot, and then you can push the ball of the foot and the hand gently into each other. And if there's still more space to go, you can start to reach towards the floor with your right hand and then your left. If your body stopped you somewhere else, you're already in the perfect position, regardless of what it might look like. Next inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, we'll let go. Switching sides, bring your left foot up. And we'll wrap that left leg across the other leg. Setting up for the spinal twist, half Lord of the Fishes. Left arm up on an inhale, reach straight up to the sky using those triceps. Exhale, bring the hand to the backrest of the chair, turning your heart towards the chair. Your other hand, your right hand, could be holding the top knee on the outside, or you might bring that hand all the way over to the left hip with your elbow outside the thigh. Left chest is turning towards the chair. You might feel a nice openness across that chest as the shoulder blade squeezes back. Meanwhile, we can stretch across the right upper back, spreading the right shoulder blade out to the armpit. A few more slow, deep breaths. Try to relax your abdomen. Breathing deep from the core of the body. Next inhale, come back to the center. Then we'll move into pigeon on the chair. The knee goes out to the left, away from the midline. Ankle over the thigh. And you can sit up nice and tall, gently pressing your left hand or forearm against the inner thigh. If you want to feel more, start to fold forward more while drawing the buttocks back. And a third option, press the ball of the foot against the right hand. From there, you might reach the left hand to the floor or a prop, and then maybe even take both hands down. Hanging out with a stretch in the left glute, left hip. This type of stretch also gets into the piriformis muscle, When the piriformis is tight, that can put pressure on the sciatic nerve. So sometimes people get relief from back pain when doing these types of movements. A few more slow, deep breaths. Inhale, come all the way up, pushing into your foot. And then let it go. We'll relax into a seated position. And then taking the feet nice and wide again, you can move into ragdoll position, folding forwards, reaching the hands towards the ground. And then relax into that position. Press into your heels, activating the buttock muscles. You may also feel the quadricep muscles activating here. So you can just imagine that you were trying to lift the buttocks off the chair. We'll keep them there for now. And then inhaling, lift the heart about halfway. So bring the head up just above the thigh bones. Good. Exhale, engage your core, push into your feet, and now bring the hands to the back of the head. Inhale, come up, lift the heart. Stay heavy on the heels. Exhale, hinge forward about halfway, or even less than that, just about 45 degrees. Inhale, come up. Exhale, little hinge. This is going to work the upper back. Inhale, come up 3 more times. You're also invited to use your core and your buttock muscles, heavily rooting through the heels. So those glutes and abdominals, they give support for the lower back, taking the burden off the low back. And come forward about 45 degrees and pause there. Press the back of the head into the hands. This might feel like a double chin for a few moments. Chest is lifting towards the chin. 3 more breaths. And come all the way up. Very good. And then relax. With your hands on your lap, shoulders away from ears, make some little half circles with the head going from one side to the other. And then come back to the center. Take a moment to close the eyes. And connect in with the breath. About 5 seconds out. Empty of air. Hold the breath for a few seconds. And then slow breath in about 5 seconds. Long breath out, 5 seconds. Little pause at the end, holding the breath. And then breathe into 5. Exhale to 5. Holding the breath for a few seconds once you're empty. And then relaxing the belly. Inhale to 5. Once more, exhale to 5. Little hold at the end, just a few seconds. Slow breath into 5. And this concludes the first chair yoga section done sitting on the chair. You're welcome to keep on practicing. or call it a day with that. It's some really good stuff.